Hi, welcome to part 2 of Google Drive and Google Sites. For educators, in part 1 we talked about setting up Google Drive and how to upload and create documents and how to share them, get them ready for linking on your website. What we're going to do in video number 2 here is set up your own free Google site. Google Sites is a service that Google provides. Again, it's for free. They take care of the storage. Really, they take care of the design. You basically just fill in templates. It's very, very easy. They're very easy to find. They're automatically Google searchable, which is very handy. I'll show you how to get there. First of all, there's a couple ways of getting there. You can either, we don't see it up on top here, but if you click on the More button, we don't see it in there either. If you click on the Even More button, we can scroll down a little ways and we'll look for sites. It might be up here someplace. Anyway, this is kind of an annoying way to look. Oh, there it is over here. It's sites. What we can do is just type in up on the toolbar here the address bar sites.google. You see my automatically popping up ones. I've done this a few times today. .com. So if we just go to the plain old sites.google.com, make sure you're still logged in to your Gmail account. And if you don't have a website yet, then this is the page you'll see. What you want to do is create a site. So you click on Create. What it's going to do is ask you to pick a template. Now you can either start with a blank template, which really is just a blank white screen with some boxes. You create your own menus and pages and all of that, or you can click on some of these other templates. Now here's 3 that are automatic: a soccer team, a classroom site, and like a spring wedding instructional. The classroom site is pretty good. You could definitely use that. It's got a lot of things in it to change. What I'm going to suggest for you to do, since you came to this course, is to browse the gallery. There are tons of different types of sites. Again, you can use these for personal websites. You can use these for your organization, for your church. If you have a personal business, you can use these. They're very well done. Searching through these templates, and they're all very manageable. You can change them to fit your style. In the schools and education category, here's some other ones. Another classroom site, a corkboard based looking one. There's all sorts of great options. I created a template that's going to follow exactly the website that I use. And so if you simply search my last name, Geisen, you're going to find one. It's called the Classroom Template Geisen. It's got my name on it. This is a basic classroom website. If you click on it here, you have an option to preview the template. Now, once you preview the template, it's going to bring it up. You'll be able to kind of look at it. Here's what it looks like. You can go to all the links and try out all the parts. If this is the one you want to use, click on Use Template. And now it's got it selected over here. Template, Classroom Template Geisen. And you want to name it. And again, you can name it whatever you want to name it. It would probably be good to have something you might remember, simply because that's going to attach that URL to it. So for right now, I'm just going to say my classroom page. Now it's probably going to say that that's not available because somebody's used that URL already, but we'll give it a shot. PONESOM. You have to fill in those strange words. Yeah, it's not been chosen. So throw your last name on there. Again, it's not a big deal. Create the site. That's just the URL. Again, that might be a lot of words, which you may have to give a parent. But if you set this up the right way, it'll be easily Google searchable. So here you have now your classroom page. Again, you have some boxes, places for you to post information, and it gets sent here. So you've got your site created. You've got a template now. You've named it. As far as editing goes, there's a couple ways of editing a page. Every time you have a page up, if you click up here on this pencil button, it says Edit Page. So now I'm looking at my home page, and I click the Edit button. These are basically the boxes, or I guess they would be similar to widgets. Like if you have an Android phone, your Android phones may have like a clock on the front of it that obviously changes the time, or weather that changes with the weather, or an email link that brings up your most recent email. Those would be widgets, things that are interchangeable or can change throughout their processes. And so that's basically what we have here on the front. The way you add a widget, what you may want to do on your home page, is basically you pull the information from other pages and it puts it on this page. And all you have to do is put your cursor in the column someplace, click Insert. Now here's where all of your options are. Okay, you can insert an image, a link, table of contents, which basically links to other pages, a sub-page listing. You've got all sorts of options, a +1 button if you're really into Google+. But what you're going to look for here are gadgets. You've got recent posts, recently updated files, text box, HTML. There's other gadgets too. Your recent posts are going to be the one you're going to want to use if you're pulling from another page. Okay, so we'll kind of get to that when we get in there. There's also some other options to insert. You can insert a calendar. You can actually put a document from Google Docs in there. A map. You can put photos, a slideshow, presentations, spreadsheets. There's videos you can pull straight from YouTube and put them on the website. So again, there's a lot of options. This is going to take some experimentation on your part. But basically how this works, so we'll go back to the main page, is I've set up a template. You can click on these pages over here on the left, and it's going to send you basically to where these news stories come from. So here's the sample news story. If I want to put a new post in, simply click New Post. I'm going to change the title to something else. Let's say post number 2, and then put some text in here, blah, 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 blah. If I hit save, it automatically updates it and it puts it on the internet. Okay, so if I go back home, I've got my widget now pulling from the news. Look at that, there's that post I just put on there. It's one of 2. So if I view more, it sends me back to that news page. Here's that sample story, post number 2. Okay, now one thing that is important is that when you're doing a new post, if you don't want that post to be updated to the internet immediately, you can click Save Draft. So let's do post number 3. Alright, here's some more text. Now I don't want it to go right away. I'm going to save it as a draft. I'm not quite done with it. Alright, it looks like it's saved. But if you click on News, you'll see that only post number 2 and that sample news story are available. Post number 3 is invisible to anybody who is not editing the page. Okay, you're editing the page right now, so you're basically creating what you think that you want this page to look like to everyone else. So again, we go back home. The only posts that are showing up are post number 2. Okay, if we go back to that news, let's pull that post 3 back up, click on it, it automatically brings it up to edit it. Let's say you made some changes, or I want to add this word that doesn't exist. Click Save. Now it's real. Okay, now it is on the internet. So I go to post number 3 is on there, go back home, post number 3 is showing. Now that sort of works for any of these types of pages. Okay, and these are the created ones already in this template, and if you used any of the other templates that were on there, they too would have already had these pages set up, and they'll have these widgets, and they're pulling information from other pages. Now let's say you want to create a brand new page. If you click on that plus button up there, you've got your new page. Let's say you want to create, I don't know, a page for question of the day. Alright, so let's say you're creating question of the day. Let's see, and there's some options for type of page. A web page is basically just a page with some places to put text and pictures and things. Okay, there's no way to post on it. It's not a blog, so that's just a blank, basically a blank canvas. The announcements page is the one where you can upload or I guess post different things. It'll have a date and a time attached to it. And these are the pages you can pull from on the front page. So that's what we're going to do for this one. We'll put it under home because sometimes it's just a good way to organize those, and hit create. So now I got a brand new page. Okay, this is question of the day page, and I'm going to create a new post, and my new post is question number 1. Here's my question. Okay, now so this is the page. We like it. We're going to go ahead and save it, which means it's being uploaded. It's going to the internet. Everybody can see my question. All right. But at the home page, I don't see my question of the day, and I'd really like to see my question of the day as another box down here in the bottom right corner. So we're going to do that. We're going to edit this page, this home page right here. We're going to click edit. So now we have it. We've got our 2 columns. You've got your boxes here. I'm going to hit enter one more time, balance these 3 out. Now we're going to insert a gadget. So insert my gadget is going to be recent posts. So now it's going to say I'm recent posts, and I'm adding from which file do I want. I've already got one for news, got one for daily class activities. Look at that. There's the question of the day we just created. That's where it's going to pull it from. Let's put the full post on there. Sure, it'll display 5 posts. Let's say we want the title. We don't need a border. Again, this is all, you can experiment with this and change it. Hit save. Notice I have a new box over here now. If I click save, which means I want to see this page, what it looks like, there it is, recent announcements. Now it's pulling that question. Okay, these are really great ways to keep all of your information organized and on the front page. So someone goes to your website, they see the most recent updates, they see recent announcements, they see question number 1. Let's say I want to change that recent announcements. That's not what I want that to say. That's crazy. I have something else. Okay, the way we do that, let's go back to our edit page. Each one of these boxes is changeable, editable. If you click on it, brings up some options here. Properties is this, and this is Google's international sign for properties or settings, is like that wagon wheel looking thing. So we're going to print and click on that. So we said show post from question of the day. We like that. Full post, yep, 5 posts. The title is wrong, so let's change that title to what we want it to be, which is question of the day. Now we save it again. Now it says what we want it to say, question of the day. All right, so you've got your website set up now. Again, this is going to be something that you're going to want to change or set up the according to what you want. Now let me tell you how to edit the basics here of this home page, or of your main page. The things that are constant on every page within your site is this top banner, and then it's going to be your menu here on the left. The way you edit those two things, first, to edit the banner and the actually both of them, you can edit together now. This is sort of a new thing that Google just added, which is why it has the big new word there. If you click edit site layout, this basically allows you now to edit everything. Here you can edit the header. You can edit horizontal navigation if you want to put horizontal navigation on there. Again, you don't have to. Here you can change your sidebar, change your navigation just simply by clicking on it. It's going to allow you to move them around up or down, or delete or add a page. Let's say we want to add the question of the day on here. Let's add it in, add a page. We're looking here in our home, question of the day. Let's add that on there, hit OK. There it is. Now it's on our list. Hit OK one more time, and it shows up right there. All right, hit close, and we've saved it. Now, it doesn't matter what page you go to, question of the day will always be on that menu. Again, these websites, there's a lot going on with these, so this is going to be something that you're going to want to change to fit your style. Again, if you don't like the color, if you don't like these things, simply go to More and Manage Site. This is going to be a big way for you to change it. Obviously, you can change the site name to say whatever you want to say. My classroom. Okay, the site description if you wanted to put a description in there, the amount of storage you've used, and I'll explain that in the next video why that's important. 100 megabytes is not very much, which is what we'll talk about. If you scroll down here to themes, let's see, we're going to stay on this page. We're going to save this. And we're going to go over here to themes. Now you can change the color of your page based on what you want. It's not going to change the layout. It's not going to change anything else. You can click on the magnifying glass, and you'll be able to look at it. This is what your page is going to look like. Let's say I think we like that. Let's go with that one. All right, we're going to click on that and save it. It says up here at the top, your changes have been saved. If you go back to My Classroom, now you can see the new version. It doesn't look like the template anymore. Things have changed. It still says My Classroom. Your parts are all still there. It has a different look. Again, it's experimentation. This is going to be something that you're going to need to figure out. Okay, in the next video, video number 3, we're going to talk about how to link between a post that you've created and a document in Google Drive, and so that students or parents or other teachers can click on those and get access to that information. So we will see you in the next video.